Tonight's episode is featuring artist Zachary Veilleux. Hey, Zachary, sounding good over there, brah. Tell me just a little bit about your origin story in music and how you got started.
Sure. I think I was probably about 12, and I wanted to learn to play guitar. My mom wanted me to do piano. So I did both for a little while and quit piano and stuck to guitar, but then piano took over. Wanted to play classical music, learned how to do that. Several great teachers, and went through some kind of intense, rigorous training at college for music, and that was very formative. So I learned a lot of good background, a lot of music history, a lot of stylistic things throughout the different eras of the classical era, plus a whole bunch of jazz and blues as well. But I've always been drawn to kind of whatever strikes me, so I didn't really sink into genres too much as a thing. I just looked for a certain quality of sound that appealed to me, and I found that all over the place. So I'm kind of all over the place myself.
Okay, let's go back. What school did you go to?
I went to Millersville University, graduated in 2010. Yeah.
And what degree?
Music with a focus in performance and composition.
And what was your primary instrument?
Primary instrument's piano, as well as guitar is sort of secondary, though I'm working on that a bunch. I want to get that up to sort of piano level, but piano's the primary instrument.
Yeah, you should hear Zach on guitar. We should switch here.
I guess we could. Yeah, we could.
So what would you say is your that vibe you were talking about?
The kind of like sound that I like and look for.
Was it a feeling?
Yeah, it's sort of immaterial, hard to describe, but it's just a certain quality. I guess quality is a broad term, but there's a kind of like a certain sense, a certain feeling. It's really just a feeling inside of me that's triggered by whatever I'm listening to. But there's a certain like flavor of quality that has always appealed to me, and I've noticed a common thread throughout the pieces I really enjoy the most. It's a mixture of kind of like uncertainty, risk-taking, and which could be done with like very slow music too, but kind of like there's sort of an open feel and also a tight feel that there's just a certain quality of energy that I've always felt attracted to. It's hard to describe. I'm sure other musicians know what I mean.
Okay, totally. This is good. I want to dive into this a little more. Let me get a loop going that is very light. It's a little hard to play and talk. I don't think I've ever practiced playing and really talking. I play and sing, so I have to talk on the beat. That is the only way I can do it.
Sing your questions to me. Call and response. What is your background?
That background, John. Okay, so what are your parents musical?
Not entirely, though I had some musical people in my life, friends who inspired me, though the generation before my parents was very musical. So
your grandparents.
Yeah, my grandparents' generation, as I've heard stories over the years, I realized that, wow, I'm very much like some of them in the way that they play or kind of like felt about music and expressed it. So yeah, it's been in the background, but from a distance. I kind of feel them like hovering somewhere. Yeah.
And what do you do now with music?
Well, I like to compose, obviously. That's my favorite thing. Just feeling kind of like sitting there with a piece of paper and colors, in that sense. That's probably my favorite way to approach, but then I like to sculpt specific things as well. But I teach privately, and I also play pipe organ for Sacred Heart Parish, so I have a few meandering day jobs in music, which is nice.
Dope, yes, and we're going to get out there with some select live shows.
Pumped.
We're trying to just do really like a really good show to start and release the new music. So stay tuned for that, y'all. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
What is your favorite instrument to play?
That would probably be the keys.
Okay, good. Yes, I was hoping you'd say that. I was like, I really want to play guitar. It's like, oh, damn.
Eric, do you want to do like halvesies here?
That's dope. I wish I could play keys like you. Keys has...
I'd love to play guitar like you.
Well, thank you. Keys is such a cool instrument. It has the big range, and it has the like ability to do whatever instrument you tell it to do, which is quite handy.
Yeah.
Like I had the flute over
intended.
here. Whoops. Whoops. Not jazz organ. Okay, so we've got our project going too that we're working on, or my project that I'm trying to put here on this channel. And what else would you like the people out there to know? You can sing it if you want.
I'll keep it to my indoor talking voice for now. I have no more bio info for anybody. I just hope that you experience the real heart in the music. I think my primary thing with it is just to transmit good vibes, love and light to whoever hears it. I hope that comes through, even if it sounds kind of chaotic or wacky. There's still love behind it.
That makes perfect sense to me. The other thing I would say, can you describe those moments where you're just in the music, like in a performance setting? It's usually a performance, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, in the zone, so to speak. Yeah, in those moments, those are special. Were you about to say something?
Nope.
Okay.
I can.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take more.
Yeah, those moments where you just are gone, and to me, it's where I'm thinking the least. It's just like coming through. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it feels like a direct transmission of sorts. And
you're just listening to what everyone else is doing and putting in your part.
Yeah, flow state. Flow state, yeah.
Okay, we're going to get back to the music here. I got another question. Do you ever feel like you can even feel that in the simplest of parts? Like when the band is totally grooving and you're just doing like a... like something, but like you can just still feel it then too.
You're still engaged, as much engaged as if you were playing whizzing all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all the times where you're going off. It can be those and I think that being mindful in the music,
For sure. Yeah, there's levels to that. I've gone through a bunch of levels with that, where there's not mindful and just in, my own zone, and then also, like you said, very much not even there, and it's almost just like what you're playing is the slightest little touch point of engagement, like in an active looking sort of a way, but you're still holding everything at the same time. And you're right, and I think, and what you said, it's like you're just gone. It's like you're not, the thinker isn't really there so much. There's just the experience, and that's all there is. So there's no calculations involved. It's a utter flow state, like waves rippling, and you're just one of the bubbles that is carried along with it. You've like surrendered to the energy in a sense. Yeah.
Yep. Final point. I watched a documentary about golf, or a series, in the last 2 years. It followed the top golfers of today, and literally the number 1 and number 2 and the other in the top 10 people, and they were talking to them, and they were saying the golfer whoever's number 1 in the world at any moment is basically thinking the least. They're just out there in that flow state, nailing every shot and just not overthinking or thinking really at all. And I think that applied to music. I've really resonated with that comment of oh yeah, when I'm thinking the least, I'm just in it. The thinking is done beforehand,
prep
to prepare. And when you're up there, like tonight, for example, just let it flow.